Now, I'm just about to dive right in. Now, we all heard the news how the Spider-Man verse have flopped, and Sony is done with the Spider-Verse without making Spider-Man in all of their movies now, because no Spider-Man, no money. People are not going to support movies that they are not familiar with the characters that are in the movie. How many times do people have to tell these idiots at the top of Marvel and Disney, if you don't put the main characters in the movie, nobody's going to support them? And now people are losing their jobs. They have to go back to the drawing board because somebody at the board meeting thought this was good to make C-list and D-list characters that don't nobody care about, really. Because if they did, the movie would have just been blowing out the box office, blockbuster hit movies, games, you know what I'm saying? Like, people don't know these things because Sony is locking all the rights down to Spider-Man. They locked all the rights down to Spider-Man, the IP, so nobody else can play it on Xbox, PC, Nintendo, or cloud gaming day one. Not even mobile with Apple and Android. Like you can only get Spider-Man first game. I'm talking about the standalone game. The AAA banger game can only be on the PS5 or PS4, wherever they decide to put it. So can they really, let me say this. Can they really get mad, or can they really blame the Marvel superhero fans that this movie flopped, or that their games are flopping, or Venom ain't really doing that good? You know, like you're making a Spider-Verse without Spider-Man in it and trying to convince us that these are bangers. Like, who's writing this? I don't get, how can you mess up a live action movie, but you can make animated movies like Miles Morales universe good? Like, where did the writers come from? And why can't you take animated cartoon movies and put them to the live stream action? That's the part I don't get, because they can make the animated series amazing, but when it comes to the spin-offs, the Venoms of the world, the Kraven, the Hunters of the world, the Madam Webs, the Morbius, none of these characters will really had a big spotlight on them, except the main villains like Venom, you know, Dr. Octopus, you know what I'm saying, Goblin. Where are those movies at? Like the main villains. You're making D-list and C-list characters trying to pull a James Gunn stunt like Guardians of the Galaxy. I think they were trying to form like a universe like Guardians of the Galaxy or Avengers or something with those characters, but you never made a like team up movie and then branch them out with all of their solo films. Like Venom is like the lead villain, kind of like a Suicide Squad movie or something. They didn't do that. They just flat out brought out D-list, C-list characters and tried to pretend like it gives you a video game feeling into the movies or the comic books, and it just didn't hit. It didn't go. Everything is flopping. You know, even the new Venom, all of them, everything is flopping now. Because I think I heard somebody say this too. There was like I think everybody's getting superhero burnout. Like from all the movies that was dropping, they're just so bad. When Disney decided to go woke, DC decided to go woke, then they start the MCU. So now everybody is skeptical about going to the movie theaters because they don't know what they're going to see. There's going to be some woke trash, some activists adding kissing scenes or something like love scenes with two women, two men. People don't want to see that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying what's going down out here in these gaming streets and movie streets. Because this is what I've been seeing. People are skeptical about all this woke trash. And then when you get there to the movie, it ain't got really no action. It's just all dialogue. Like everybody's like, man, where's the action at? I'm coming to the movie theaters. I'm playing games to be entertained, not get some good night's sleep. Like we didn't go take some NyQuil and then go to the theater. You know what I'm saying? So that ain't what we out here doing, man. But if you're gonna take one of the biggest superheroes like Spider-Man and put him everywhere, but he's not everywhere, you're using the main star, the main event. That's like going to a Chicago Bulls game, basketball game, right? and Michael Jordan isn't there, but Scottie Pippen and the rest of the Bulls are there every night. And they keep selling the ticket that Michael Jordan is going to be there, but when you get there, he's not there. It's always Pippen and the Bulls. And you're like, man, I like Pippen. He was a good player, but where's Michael Jordan? Where's the main event? Where's the superstar? Everybody's coming to see some Easter eggs at the theater, to see it in the games. Like, we want to see the game Kraven come to light, but we want to see him. How did he get there? How did he get to this spot where he's fighting Spider-Man? Like, how did he get there? Where did this point start? Which is, I think they should have had a Spider-Man and Kraven fight scene in the movie, kind of like the game. Like, whatever transpired in the game to inspire you to make this, because nobody probably would have thought of that unless it was like, that's why they put Venom symbiote suits in the game, and then they make the movie, then they put Kraven in there, then they make the movie. Now Morbius, I don't know, Madam Web kind of spin-offs, kind of confusing everybody, like, where did they come from? You should have maybe made a Rhino movie or something like that, or Goblin or something, or Electro or whatever. So this is where they messed up. There was no Spider-Man, no fighting scenes, nothing to get the fan base excited, and that's why everything is flopping, and that's why they had to shut down this universe, because it ain't making enough money. Sony already ain't got no games. You know what I'm saying? They're already trying to keep the lights on over there, so they're already struggling on the PS5. The games ain't really selling. That's why all of the gaming industry is going third party and multiplat, like Square Enix. You know, pretty soon Insomniac might have to go third party. I know nobody want to hear that. Oh no, man, they need some heavy hitters, man. I don't hear nothing on God of War. I don't hear nothing on Last of Us. We don't hear nothing on Uncharted. What is Sony doing in the gaming division? We don't hear none of that. We're trying to figure out what's going on. Everything is flopping. They're down bad over there. They ain't got the games ain't hitting. The movies ain't hitting. What's going on over there? Ain't nobody talking. They're just shutting stuff down left and right. Well, we know what's going on as fans and people that cover this stuff and watch this stuff. And I see other podcasts, I see other channels. They all cover these things, and we see them. We see them all the time, and everybody's like, well, what is really going on out there in these gaming streets? What's going on in the movie streets? Why am I hearing all this bad press around Sony? That they're doing this, they're doing that, they're trying to block deals, they're trying to steal games away, they're trying to lock down games, you know, and this is what happens when you do that. You get flops everywhere. None of your movies are hitting, you know what I'm saying? Because nobody knows it's not exposed to enough people. You're locking it down from Xbox, PC, Nintendo. You know how massive those fan base are. Back in the day, they really ain't locked down too many superhero games because of this reason, probably. They knew if you make spin-offs with games and you try to do comic books and clothing and merch and other things and action figures, you don't want the game, you want to lock down the game from your competitors, but you want us to support your movie. I don't get that part. That's confusing to the fans that want to see, you know, superhero stuff. Now, outside of superhero stuff, I don't know, but like big characters, I'm starting to think maybe it won't be a good idea to lock them down, because if their movie's going to start flopping like this and they try to make better movies, and now we really don't even have anything to go to the movie theater to see anyway. You know, after the lockdown, everybody done went crazy. I don't know.